In a small village surrounded by tall green mountains, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Nia. Nia was loved by everyone in the village because she was always willing to help others. She lived with her grandmother, who was very old and wise. One day, the village chief gathered everyone in the village square. He had sad news to share. Our village is facing a terrible drought. The rivers have dried up and our crops are dying. If we do not find water soon, we will not survive, the chief said. The villagers were worried and they began to talk among themselves. Some wanted to leave the village to find water elsewhere, but Nia believed that there was hope. She remembered a story that her grandmother had told her about a magic drum that could bring rain. That night, Nia asked her grandmother about the magic drum. Grandmother, she said, is the story about the magic drum true? Can it really bring rain to our village? Grandmother smiled and said, yes, my dear, the magic drum is real. It was a gift from the spirits long ago, but it has been lost for many years, hidden deep in the forest. Only someone with a pure heart can find it. Nia said to her grandmother, Mama, what do you mean by someone with a pure heart? Her grandmother smiled and said, someone who is kind, honest, and selfless. Someone that has a good heart, that has good intentions, that treats others with compassion and acts out of love and care. Nia knew she fits into these qualities well, so she was determined to go into the forest and find the magic drum so she can save her village. She informed the village chief about the story her grandmother had told her and how determined she was to find the magic drum. The village chief was very amazed at her determination and courage, and he gave her his blessings. Early the next morning, she set off on her journey into the forest. The forest was thick and dark, but Nia was not afraid. She walked for hours, following the path her grandmother had described. As she walked, she sang a soft song, hoping that the spirits would guide her. After a long time of walking in the forest, Nia came to a small clearing. In the middle of the clearing, there was an old dusty drum. Nia knew at once that it was the magic drum. Because of how magical it looked, she picked up the drum and began to gently beat it, singing the song that her grandmother had taught her. As she beat the magic drum, a soft breeze began to blow and the leaves in the tree started to dance. Nia continued this and soon dark clouds gathered in the sky. Then with a loud clap of thunder, rain began to fall. It started as a gentle drizzle, but soon it was pouring down. And Nia danced and beat the drum with joy, knowing that she had brought rain to her village. When Nia got back to the village, everyone was overjoyed, and the chief and all the villagers thanked Nia for her bravery and kindness. After Nia brought the rain, the village thrived. The fields were green again, the rivers were full of clear fresh water, and the villagers planted new crops. And soon, they had food more than they've ever had before. As the time passed, the villagers became comfortable. They began to forget how hard life was for them during the drought. Some people even started to say that maybe the rain will have come on its own without Nia's help. They no longer cared for the magic drum as they once did. And they just abandoned it in the village square where it started to gather dust. One day, a group of children were playing near the drum and they began to beat it playfully, not knowing its power. Suddenly, the sky grew dark on an afternoon and the fierce wind began to blow. The clouds gathered quickly and soon heavy rain poured down. It was not the gentle rain like Nia had called before when she beat the drum. It was a wild storm. The villagers rushed to take shelter as the storm raged on. The rivers overflowed and the fields were flooded. The people were frightened about the situation. Nia, who had already sensed something was wrong, immediately ran under the wild storm to go and search for the magic drum. She thought he had disappeared, and that was the reason for the disaster. On getting to the village square, she discovered that the magic drum was being tampered with by children. Due to the fact that she still met a few children around the magic drum when she got there, Nia picked up the magic drum and began to beat the drum again, this time softly, with care, singing the song her grandmother had taught her. As she beat the drum, the wind calmed, and the rain and the wind began to slow down. The dark clouds began to drift away, and soon the sun peeked out from behind them. The storm was over and the village was safe again. The villagers came out of their homes when they saw what Nia had done. They were filled with shame. They realized they had taken the magic drum for granted and forgotten the kindness of Nia. The village chief spoke to the people. We have made a mistake by forgetting the importance of the magic drum and the kindness of Nia. From now on, we will honor the magic drum and remember the blessings he has brought to us. We will never forget Nia's bravery and wisdom. The villagers decided to build a special place for the magic drum, where it would be protected and respected by all. They also had a festival every year to celebrate the magic drum, for bringing rain, and give thanks to the ancestors for the gifts they had received. Nia was always honored at the festival, as well as her grandmother, and she beat the drum every year to start the celebration of the festival. As the years went by, the village continued to flourish, and Nia grew into a wise woman, much like her grandmother. She continued to help the people of the village and teach them the importance of gratitude, respect, and kindness. And so the village lived in peace and prosperity, always remembering the lessons that Nia and the magic drum had taught them. That the blessings we receive must be cherished and respected, and that true strength comes from a kind and pure heart. Kindly stay tuned for more African folktales and don't forget to click the like and subscribe button.